Let's be real. We all have that dream, right? Making some serious money with, minimal effort, maybe from a beach somewhere. But how do you actually do it? What's the real path to that kind of freedom?
It's the question we've all probably typed into a search bar at some point. And it's not about being lazy in a bad way. It's about being smart. How can you build a real income online without completely burning yourself out? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out today.
And we're not just guessing here. We are going to break down the answer from a millionaire businessman who has spent years figuring this out. We're talking about the absolute laziest, but still super effective methods that can actually pull in over $100 a day.
Now, to find the truly laziest method, we need a system. So we're going to judge every single option against 5 really clear, non-negotiable rules. This is how we separate the hype from what actually works.
Okay, here they are, our 5 rules for lazy success. First up, the learning curve. How fast can you actually start making money? Shorter is definitely better. Second, fulfillment. How much of a headache is it to actually deliver your product or service? We want this to be as easy as possible. Third, scalability. Can you make more money without just working more hours? Super important. Fourth, capital. How much cash do you need just to get started? And finally, risk. Come on, more risk means more stress. And stress is the exact opposite of lazy.
All right, first up to the plate is a path a lot of people take, freelancing. This is where you take a skill you've already got, maybe video editing, writing, whatever, and you work directly with clients. It sounds flexible, but does it pass our lazy test? Let's see.
Oof, okay. The learning curve is pretty steep. We're talking about 6 months to really build up your skills and get a portfolio together. Fulfillment is rated as difficult, and you'll see why in a sec. Scalability, it's limited, because at the end of the day, you're trading your time for money. But on the plus side, you can start with basically zero cash, and the financial risk is super low.
And this quote right here, this gets to the absolute heart of why fulfillment is so tough. Our source tells the story about his son, who's a freelance video editor. He'd get so frustrated because clients would demand these changes that just made the video worse. But what could he do? He had to just smile, be polite, and make the changes. Dealing with difficult clients just drains your energy. It is definitely not lazy.
So freelancing. It's a solid way to start, for sure, but it's just not the laziest option. Let's see how our next batch of contenders stacks up against the rules.
Next on the list, Airbnb arbitrage. Now, the idea here is actually pretty clever. You sign a long-term lease on a property, furnish it, and then you rent it out for short-term stays on Airbnb. You're basically the middleman, and you get to keep the profit.
The scorecard here is, well, it's a real mixed bag. The learning curve is fast, only about 1 to 3 months. Fulfillment is a medium amount of work, managing guests and cleaning. And the scalability is very, very high. You can just keep adding more properties. But, and this is a big but, the capital you need is high and the risk is very high.
And this number right here is the huge barrier to entry. We're talking $5,000 to $15,000 just to get started. That's for deposits, furniture, all the supplies. For a beginner who's looking for an easy way in, that's a massive hurdle.
All right, let's move on to a true classic of making money online, running your own eBay store. This could be anything, right? Flipping vintage jackets you find at thrift stores, selling collectibles, electronics. It's a massive marketplace, and you don't have the overhead of a real store.
Okay, now this is getting interesting. The learning curve is incredibly short, like you can be up and running in about 2 weeks. The scalability is very high. There's pretty much no limit to how much you can sell. However, fulfillment is still a medium amount of work because you've got to handle all the packing and shipping. You'll need at least $500 for inventory, and there's a medium risk that your stuff just might not sell.
And this is where we get a crucial piece of wisdom from someone who's been in the trenches. He learned that dealing with tricky customers is just unavoidable. His advice? It's almost always better to just give the refund or send a new one, even if you feel like you're being scammed. Why? Because protecting your seller rating is simply more profitable in the long run. It's just a cost of doing business.
Okay, let's look at our fourth contender, affiliate marketing. This is where you earn a commission just for promoting other people's stuff. You get a special link, and every single time someone buys through that link, you get paid. No inventory, no customer service, you're just the promoter.
Whoa! Okay, now these are the kind of scores we've been looking for. The learning curve is just a day or two to sign up for something like Amazon Associates. Fulfillment is easy because once your link is out there, your job is basically done. Scalability is very high, capital is low, and the risk? Almost zero. This is looking really good.
And this is the absolute key to why this method is so powerful right now. See, the old way was to spend a ton of money on risky paid ads. The new way, the much smarter and lazier way, is to create free, organic, short-form content for platforms like TikTok and YouTube Shorts. You can get insane reach without spending a single dime.
So affiliate marketing is a really strong contender. It checks almost all the boxes. But according to our millionaire source, there is one final method that is even more hands-off, even more automated, and, yeah, even lazier. Let's find out what it is. And the winner is the AI-powered Shopify store. This approach uses artificial intelligence to build your online store for you, find the best products to sell, and even automate the entire inventory and shipping process. It's literally designed for someone with zero experience to get started immediately.
Just look at this scorecard. It's almost perfect. The learning curve is basically zero, fulfillment is very easy, scalability is unlimited, the startup capital is next to nothing, and because of that, the risk is also near zero. This method absolutely dominates every single one of our criteria. So what does near zero capital actually mean? Remember that $5,000 to $15,000 for Airbnb? Well, the total cost to get this entire business off the ground is $1.99. $1 for a Shopify trial and 99 cents for an automation tool. That's it. It's kind of hard to believe.
And the setup process really proves that near zero learning curve claim. You just go to an AI store builder website. You pick a niche you like, pets, fashion, whatever. The AI then designs and builds a completely professional-looking store for you. Then you just follow the prompts to connect it to Shopify. You need absolutely zero technical skills.
So let's just recap why this is the undisputed champion of lazy. An AI tool builds your store and finds you popular products. Then another tool handles all the inventory and ships orders directly to your customers. That's called dropshipping. This whole thing creates a true passive income engine that you can manage from anywhere, all without a huge investment or having to build a personal brand.
So, there you have it. We've systematically broken down 5 of the most popular online business models and found a clear winner based on a simple framework for lazy success. The path has been laid out. The only question left is, what are you going to do with this information?